fix it for me. Anybody know that only God can do it? Oh, fix it for me. Anybody know that only God can do it? Oh.
Hello, everybody. We got new equipment in the house tonight, so we waiting for a guest to come on. But while we waiting for that, I want to bring up one of my co-hosts. She new, first time on. Tiffany, we're gonna bring her up. I'm gonna let her introduce herself as Ebony getting her camera ready for me. And here goes Tiffany. Hey, Tiff.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
how you
how you doing?
Okay, hey, y'all. Y'all gonna see Tiffany and Ebony tonight. I'm gonna be down watching. But Tiffany, you're not new to the camera. Tell people about you and what you do and where you from.
Okay.
So
So my name is
my name
Tiffany,
is
of
Tiffany, of
course.
course.
Um,
Uh,
I am first and foremost a minister. I love the Lord. Also, I am a marketing manager for a local company here out of Louisville, Kentucky. That's where I'm out of right now. And I'm just happy to be a guest on the show. So I really appreciate you all. I look forward to speaking with the ladies. And yeah, that's me.
Give it up. Give it up. I still don't see Ebony yet. I don't know if she ready. Once I see that face, I'm gonna bring her up. But Tiffany, you on TikTok too every day, correct? Tell
Every
people a little
day.
every
bit
day.
about that.
So
So
I go
I
live
go live
Monday through
Monday through
Friday
Fridays
for
for
a company
a
where I'm the
company
chief
where I'm the
marketing
chief marketing
officer for a
officer
company
for a
called
company called
Saya
Saya
Baba.
Baba.
We
We
sell incense, body oils, air
air
fresheners.
fresheners.
It's a local
It's a local
company, but
company,
we've
but
reached
we've
every
reached
state
every
since
state
being
since
on
being on
TikTok.
TikTok.
And
And
what I've
what I've
learned is
learned
you
is
meet
you meet
so many
so many
people,
people,
and it
and
goes
it goes
beyond
beyond
selling.
selling.
But there's so many
There's so many
connections.
connections.
So
So
TikTok has
TikTok
not
has
only
not
been a
only been a
blessing in the
blessing in the
field that I've
field that
been
I've
in,
been in,
but it's also
but
been
it's
a
also been
spiritual
a
blessing
spiritual
too.
blessing
So
too. So
I've been
I've
excited
been
since I've been
excited since
on
I've
there.
been on there.
It's been
It's
almost a
been
little bit
almost a
over a
little bit
year
over
now.
a year now.
And let me tell y'all, my house smell like baby powder. Real talk, real talk. I'm gonna bring some over here before we end tonight. But type in your link in the comments somewhere, Tiffany, before tonight so people can follow you as well and
Okay.
buy some of your incense. I bought my daughter some incense for her house. Ebony, what's going on? Ebony, y'all know Ebony. She been on before. She back again. And one thing, Ebony told me for somebody, oh, I do TikTok. I haven't seen Ebony on TikTok, I don't think yet. I'm gonna follow her after tonight, y'all. She trying to hide. She trying to hide. Ebony, tell people a little bit about you who first time seeing you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here
here
there's a
there's a
hello.
little.
Yep, go ahead. We hear
Oh,
you.
Oh,
hi. Hey
hi,
there.
hey there.
But no, my
So
name
no,
is
my name is.
um
Um,
so thanks for
so thanks for
having me
having me
back.
back.
It's really
It's really
nice
nice to
be here
be
and
here
just
and just
able
be
to
able
talk
to talk
and
and
talk
talk
else
through
things and
things and
learn about
learn
ladies.
about ladies.
But
But I
I have
have
some
some
background
background
in
in
sociology.
sociology.
I actually
I
just
actually
moved
just
to
moved to
Portland,
Portland,
Michigan, so maybe
so
I'm
maybe
skipping
I'm
some,
TikTok,
but you guys
but you
can
guys can
follow
follow
my
my
organization.
organization.
I
I
started with
started
my
with our
folks,
folks
Kenneth
in
Liddell,
Liddell,
but we have
but we have
in
in
Chicago
Chicago
called
called
Love You,
Love
Hope
You, Hope You Love
You.
You.
Hold on,
That
Ebony. Tiffany, can you hear Ebony clear?
there's an
There's an
echo
echo
Elko
with both
with
of
and
both
us.
of us.
okay. Hold on. Try to get that. Let's try one more time, Ebony.
Testing one, two.
Testing one, two, three.
Yep. Go ahead.
Do you still hear
Do you
that
still
echo?
hear that echo?
Me too.
Me too.
Y'all might hear it. I don't hear it, so people shouldn't hear.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you hear me
So if you hear me
talking
talking
slower,
slower, just to try to let my voice
go.
go.
But yeah,
But yeah, no. So
as far
as far as ways, places to apology, I took an organization called Love Me to. It's just an organization that we started in Chicago. The main idea is
how to
how to spread love.
Self-love is
Self-love
very
is very
important.
important. I feel like it's a way to get
Any
any
situation
situation
where
where self-esteem.
nowadays
Nowadays, we all could use a lot more love.
so it's just a
So it's just a
reminder
reminder:
self-love,
self-love, you know, you are worth.
so
So that's definitely the way to help me just
of
of service. How we can.
Okay. And I'm going to take it back to Tiffany. What I want you to do, Ebony, log out and come right back in.
Okay.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I see Tiffany like, hold on, I'm the host. Hold
Well,
on.
no,
Will someone just let me know that they can hear the echo too?
That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Is that echo still there? Am I echoing to you?
You're not,
echoing,
but I am.
but I am.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Go out, come back in too. I'm going to talk for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to talk. I'm going to play a video while you doing that.
Okay.
So soon you go out, I'm going to start this video, you guys. It's called Sounds of Gospel. It's coming to a city near you. William Price from Minnesota, Second Chances. Google them. Sounds of Gospel. I was blessed to travel to Milwaukee a couple of days ago to witness his play. And let me tell you, the lady say it's better than dirt. I think it's better than gold. Let me play that.
In fact, one of the greatest songs of gospel music would come from this era. Oh, happy day.
This show is amazing. I think it's the best thing since dirt. So you know that's good. But I enjoyed it so much. Every single song, I knew every word.
The sound of gospel music was brought to us in an amazing way. The cast, the production crew.
This is my third time seeing this show, and I have one word: excellent.
I love the show. It inspired me to dance and sing on my own.
Yes, this was a very, very, very inspirational show. It's more than a show. It's more of an education.
I just saw the show for the first time, and the experience was off the chain. I brought my children in here. They were locked in the entire time.
Oh, happy day. Oh, I can't sing, y'all don't. He was singing. No, that's gonna be Tiffany Ebony tonight singing. But let me tell you, that's her Sounds of Gospel was awesome. Make sure you guys get a ticket when he come near you. And don't buy no ticket for your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Take your kids. Take your kids with you. When he come back, I'm taking all my kids. We need to see that. You're gonna get church, you're gonna get history, and you're gonna get the teaching of Black history. People where your grandmother grew up underneath people. Mm-hmm. So yeah, make sure you follow that. Ebony, you good now? Tiffany, you good?
I don't know.
Don't know yet. We're gonna find out, but we're gonna keep moving. So let's talk about one of our guests that's in the studio with us tonight. I met her on TikTok, like I met Tiffany. Hey, Tiff, and she was going through learning how to use her new hand. And I was like, oh, wait, I wonder, that's unique. I work in the community. I see so much. And sometimes I stop and think, like, what do people go through every day? Who's not as lucky as me, having hands, feet, arms, all of that stuff. So I email her. I say, hey, you want to come on and talk? And she like, yeah. She like, yeah. She never was like, no. This is the first time ever I did not ask my guest about how something happened, when. So she gonna tell her story because it's all about her story. So as I bring her up, let's bring her up. Here you go. Here you go. You ready? The star of tonight. The star of tonight is up here. Tell people about you, your name, where you from.
All right. So my name is. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 28 years old. Recently became quad amputee. I had complications with sickle cell disease. And so I was in ICU for weeks. Stayed in the hospital for like 3.5 weeks. Realized that woke up, I had to get. So any hands. I don't have my right foot, and I don't have my left toe. So yeah, that's a cool who I am.
Okay, and before, what can I ask you? What age did you lose your hand?
Yep. So everything right before my birthday. So I was 27.
27. So
yeah.
I'm saying paint a picture, and then I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna show a video. Then Tiffany and Ebony gonna take over. 27 years old. I have a daughter, so I'm thinking when I was 27, 26, 25, I'm out at the club, doing me, having fun, dancing, jumping, all that good stuff. Then you say at 27 you lose it. You can't do what you used to do, right? So I'm going to show a video first, y'all. I found this video today, too, y'all. I found this today. Hold on one second. So when I'm going to let Tiffany and Ebony, I ain't going to even say nothing else after this.
You better stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you like you ain't the goddamn prize. Look at your fine ass. Looking fine as fuck today. And you gonna look fine as fuck tomorrow. Stop playing with these motherfuckers. Apply that motherfucking pressure. Let's go. Let's get it. Period. You better stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you like you.
Hold on. I ain't done. I'm not done, y'all. I'm not done. Remember those videos now.
Cannot help herself.
You're doing too much.
Sorry.
That's you at work, making a living after the fight. But hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Somebody better get her.
That was perfect. That was perfect. 1, 2, 3. I wanna say happy birthday to you. I wanna say happy birthday to you. I wanna say
Take her through that, bust
Sit down just like the white. Fuck on Tuesday, then get a whole right out the spot. This bitch gotta go. She fucking with Buddy them, they ain't even having a lie. No motherfucking motion. She don't know what she doing, this bitch just giving it out. What the hell? Girl that a wham in a circle, even if it look make it jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if it look make it jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if it look make it jump like a hurdle. Even that motherfucker small, still throw that shit. Take me through that, take me through that.
Take me through there, take me through there, take me through there, right? So I'm gonna be coming down shortly. Y'all seen the video. Just go ahead and do you guys, Tiffany, Ebony. I found those videos. She didn't know I was gonna play them, so y'all get it. Tiffany, let's start with you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is it feedback on my? Do I need to talk slow? Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's feedback.
I can't hear myself, but y'all can hear me, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna. I can't hear myself, but it's fine. So, Tasia, it's nice to meet you. I actually came across your video when you were working with your new arm before I even knew that we were going to be on this show together. So that just goes to show you how intentional God is, right? So I went through your story, and I just think it's so inspirational and motivational to see how fast everything happened. And I'm not just talking about the sickle cell that you deal with, but how fast that process went from you having that slight pain to you having to make the decision to have your limbs amputated, and then ultimately being blessed with your prosthetics, right? So I don't know if I'm going to be able to hear you, but what was I could probably understand what the mental process was, but as far as feeling like you had to make a speedy decision, how were you able to do that mentally, spiritually, and emotionally?
Honestly, I believe when they came to me and let me know that I was eventually had to get some things amputated or it would have cost me my life. That's kind of what made me speed up the process because like I mentioned when I introduced myself, or at least I think I mentioned, I do have 3 kids. And so I wanted to live for my kids because they at ages right now where they still need a mom. And I know when parents leave their kids at an early age, it kind of affects them in a lot of different ways, especially like you said, when it comes to your mental capacity. So mentally for me, I was already in delirium when they asked me, but I just made the decision. I didn't really think about it because if anybody see me on Facebook on one of my posts, I put that I always knew that it wasn't nothing that I couldn't handle or nothing that I couldn't do. And so I just knew whatever's thrown my way, I knew I had a way to make it work out in the way that I wanted to. And so mentally, physically, spiritually, everything I feel like worked the way that it worked. You know, you talked about God and everything in the beginning, and that's kind of what my life been based on since a young girl, especially with dealing with sickle cell. It's kind of how me and my grandma used to help me get through my crisis, and if it didn't help me get through my crisis, it at least made me feel better in the inside. And so I knew that my God he don't make no mistakes, and when it came to me, he definitely ain't make no mistakes, and I think he allowed me to continue to be here to encourage other people that may end up in this situation or who already are in this situation and feel like they don't have nothing left to do and they hopeless. And so I just took it and ran with it.
Now I can't hear you, so I'm gonna have to go back and listen. But I couldn't hear you. I'm pretty sure y'all could hear me. But Ebony, I'm gonna let you go ahead. I can't hear y'all, but I'm
Oh
gonna,
no.
I'm gonna
Okay.
step back.
Yes. I think the feedback is good now. I can finally hear you, Tasia. I could not hear anything you said when you were first talking. I'm so sorry. But just from what I'm getting with everything, Sorry, excuse me. Thank you for sharing that. And one thing I can definitely hear is that strength. The power of your story is strength. And so, with the whole title of life and purpose, what is something that you think or you can say and where you are now? Like, what do you think is one of your purposes in life? Because there might be more than one.
Honestly, trying to figure out what your purpose is kind of hard, especially when you think it's one thing and then you kind of think it's another. Right now, I just really feel like it's to be there for people in this situation and just give them something to look at and be like,
If she could do it, I could do it.
Even people
Even
that
people that
saw
they
they
live,
hard for them
hard for them to do stuff
hands and
for
their
their legs, and
no hands,
no hands, and
my leg,
my leg, or
somewhere,
somewhere, and they
motivated. So that's really what I think my purpose is really to motivate people in my situation and people that's not.
Thank you. Sorry, you got a little choppy in the middle, but I heard most of you said motivation. we're working through it. But no, that's very powerful. And I think that's amazing, especially with you having 3 kids. If you don't mind, what's the age range of your little ones?
My oldest will be 10 this year. I have a 7-year-old and then a fresh 1-year-old.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. So this process that you've been going through, was it shortly after the 1-year-old then?
He was 4 months, turning 5 months when I went into the hospital. So yeah.
Okay, what's that? What they say? I am Superwoman. Man. So how
Absolutely.
yeah, I can only imagine how was that, because it's postpartum of having your baby and now you're going through this life change. Like, what was that like for you?
Honestly, I'm not really a person that kind of, I don't know, I love kids, and so having my own, I don't really fall into nothing that, after postpartum, I just, like I said, I take stuff and I run with it, I just go. But knowing that he was young and then having him like a baby and not really knowing me when I got up out the hospital and not being able to really do nothing for him, and kind of in his head he kind of confused, because when he was a baby, last time he seen me was when I was up and moving around. Then he was seeing me laying down, and then he seen me at home but not walking and stuff. So I think in his head it kind of played a huge part. And so for me, that he was like my main motivator. Like, he was a baby, I needed to learn how to take his diapers off and change them when I needed to. I needed to get up and walk. So I always say, like, we crawled together and then we started walking together, because when I came home, I was crawling. Like, however I had to get around, I got around, and it was on my knees. And so he was crawling, I was crawling. I started walking. He looked at me like, "You not finna beat me." So he started walking, and so I kind of say that, like, we started crawling, and we walking together. So he really was my main motivator to really get up and do something. And so I don't really say, I guess it was hard because I used to be mad because I used to say that he didn't know me or he didn't like me, because I know the trauma behind it, like seeing your parent up and then down, and then who is this person that I don't know. So that played a little effect on me, but other than that, I would say that was mainly it.
Well, I'm proud of you, and I'm motivated by you. And because I was gonna say, what's your motivation? But clearly, we can see the motivation are the kids. And as a mom, I have a little on myself. So kids are very motivational. I always say, as a mom, it literally kind of part of my life. So I feel you.
Definitely.
And I can hear you ladies now. I can hear you all now.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm back up. Okay. I can hear you ladies now. So,
yes.
Before you start, Tiffany, hold on, Tiff. Before you start, I have somebody in the comments, Larry Wilson. We're not going to do that. We are not going to do that today. You got one more time. You're going to be blocked forever. That's all I got to say. Go ahead, Tiff. I'm going back down.
Ebony, were you done?
Yes, I'm all good.
Okay. Now, Tasia, I did want to say this because, like I said, I did go over your story, And seeing that you said that you weren't able to hold your child until, for the last time he was not 8 months, but 4 months. But it said that you were also in a coma for 4.5 weeks. Is that right?
Yeah, so I was.
Now,
It was an induced. I got put into an induced coma. So yeah.
Yeah, now I know, that was a big deal on you, but how did your kids manage?
Honestly, I don't think we've talked about it since it happened to the, like, for me, it wasn't a big deal. I didn't know what was going on in the world outside of me. So
Right.
to me, it wasn't really a big deal. Just hearing like my mom and aunties and my sister and them talking about it, but I never really sat down and talked with my kids about it. But I do know that they started acting out in school, and so, or acting out at home. And one day my daughter's praying, and she said it was Thanksgiving, and she was like, I'm thankful for my mom for still being alive. And so I know like that kind of played a role because I'm finna cry. I'm a sissy.
It's okay. Those tears are well deserved.
I'm a
It's
cry
vulnerability.
wherever. I don't care where I'm
We
at.
love
But
it.
I know like that really had a real impact on them because I always told them that I had sickle cell, and they kind of been with me a while, but I never really had a crisis like this that would lead me to going into something like that. And so to hear her say that, and she's my oldest, like, I'm just thinking if I was going, she have her dad and my family, but like she's the oldest to her two younger siblings, and sometimes the oldest siblings have to take on more than what they should at an early age. And so when she said that, I kind of thought about it because they be playing with me a lot. Like yesterday, my daughter told me that I told her to bring me my wheelchair, and she told me you could get up and go walk and get it. And I just looked at her because they like to play. And so, like, just knowing that they actually did have some type of feeling while I was in a coma and when I was waking up, instead of how they play, because we do joke around, I kind of give them a little freedom to play around because, I mean, it's life and you never know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. And so.
And like Ebony said, you are a motivation. You truly are, because where some of us would have looked at it like it was the end, it was only the beginning for you. And just to know that your story alone and your resilience alone is going to help somebody else out of a dark place, help somebody else's faith grow just a little bit stronger. So I commend you for the process. I thank you for openly sharing your story and just being a blessing to other people. So keep going, girl.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Sure.
What does your support system look like?
I actually have a great support system. When I was in a coma in the hospital, my family was basically scheduling their own shifts. We take in the morning, we take in the night. So like every night somebody was there with me. Every morning somebody was there with me. I was never alone. And they did that on their own. It's not like, my mom told them you need to be down here and down here and down here. When I coded, I went to the hospital July 2nd and I coded July 5th. And so when I coded, my mom kind of was irritated. She got tired of repeating herself to everybody. And so my auntie just basically called everybody to come down there because they didn't know what was going on. And like my whole family showed up. And so like the support system is great. My auntie was helping take my son on some days. My grandma stayed down there, my sister. So it's mainly like my grandma, my mom, my auntie, my sister, my two cousins, and my best friend was like taking shifts. So if somebody had to work early during the week, then somebody be there with me, and then they'd come at night. And so like they was doing that on their own the whole time. I didn't know it because I wasn't up.
Yeah.
But when I got up, they still made sure that they kept that routine up and made sure that somebody was there with me. Even when I was in delirium, I was really bad and I was cussing everybody out, and they still made it their business to make it down there every day make sure that the doctors and nurses was doing their job, making sure I was getting my teeth brushed, my face washed. At the time, it was only bed bath, so making sure I was getting bath or bathed and everything. So I would say it's really great, even up until now. Like the whole month after I was out of the hospital, couldn't keep people away from the house to come and check up on me and make sure that I was good. So I'm glad we're over that point. But they still call and be like, what can we do? And they can't stand me because I always be like, I don't know. I don't really like people. I never really liked people feeling bad for me. I never really wanted to depend on people. I always wanted to be independent. And so when they be asking me what can they do or they try to help me or anything, I get mad. And so now it's like, if I look like I'm struggling and they look like they want to come help, they don't even come help because they know I'm going to eventually end up yelling at them because I want to figure it out on my own. Because if I can't figure it out on my own, I'm going to just be relying on them to do everything for me. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Well, it's good that you have a good, healthy sense of independence. So that's
Absolutely.
one thing I feel like they know, but you also have that blessing, that backing of that covering from your family, your community that love you. So that is truly, truly a blessing, honestly.
Thank you. Definitely.
Now I do want to ask, because I am curious, even, with you going through this, and it could be a traumatic event for a lot of people, what has it done in regards to your faith?
Nothing. It just I wouldn't say nothing. I always been a believer. And so it just made it more known, because sometimes you do question it. You do question it sometimes. And so this actually just made me know, like, what I believe in and what I'm going to continue to believe in is true. It works out, Many people think that when things happen to them like this, that God or whoever they may believe in doing this to curse them, and they don't see that it comes with a purpose, and this is just like your trial for you to see what you're going to do and how you're going to take it and move with it. So it just, I'm still the same believer. I'm going to thank him every day for allowing me to still be here and still get to do what I need to do for my kids. So now I won't say nothing really changed because I always been like that.
And I'm pretty sure it strengthened it, of course. It strengthened your faith, of course. But like you said, where most people wouldn't be able to handle it, you are doing such an amazing job. So
thank you.
Yes. What was the transition like when you had your prosthetics? Like, how did that look, or what was that?
I will honestly say that the hospital that I was in, they connected me with, I got to make sure I say this right because it could prosthetist, or orthopedics or whatever, the people that make the prosthetics, they connected me with a very great organization called Tilges. And so when I was going with him, he was getting me up and walking and doing what I needed to do. And then I went to him and he was like, "You young, there's no way that you shouldn't be walking yet." And so that was like, okay, I need to stop being lazy because if he telling me this and he been working with people like this since he was 16, then he know. And so that just helped motivate me to just get up every day and get to walking around and doing what I needed to do because I just, at a point in time, was comfortable with being in a wheelchair, if that what it was going to be. Because what a lot of people don't talk about is how much it hurts. And how irritating. And so if you don't wear it, get up and walk around, you'll be cool.
I got a question for you. You lost your 27. How did that affect any relationship with your kid's father or your male partner at that time? Because one thing I think about is still to today, if something happened to me and I have to depend on somebody, would that person stay? Would they go? How was that for you?
Well, my
Well, my
kid
kid
dad
dad
was there
was
from like
there from like
the beginning,
beginning.
so it really didn't really change it. He like from the beginning of when I was in a coma, so he kind of was taking his time with getting them. But when I woke up, it was just the same. Like he didn't do nothing different. So I wouldn't say believe me. I thought that you might think like, okay, I'm a little physically I'm different, but I'm the same old Taja, and it's like that's what everybody always loved about
About
me, and
me, and
so
so
it didn't really
it didn't
change.
really change.
And I had another one before I go back down. You talk about your faith in God, your friends. When you go out in public, I know people look. How was that in the beginning versus now?
Okay, I'm gonna just admit it. I am a Jack A word, and so I mean, people are gonna look and people are curious, and so I am comfortable enough with myself to know that, and so I see people staring and looking, and I'll show them I don't have no hands, like. And then, little kids are really curious and they really be trying to figure out. And so I just show them and I'll be like, can I have yours? And then they be like, no. And so, like, I don't know. I think you just, if you're not comfortable with yourself and how you look, the way that people look at you, you're going to feel some type of way. I don't care.
I don't care.
My cousin
told me
more so
he is still.
Okay. Go ahead, Tiffany or Ebony.
It's an echo.
It's an echo.
There
Ebony,
it
you can go
goes.
ahead if you want.
No, sorry that's happening. But no, I love your energy. Like everything
Yeah.
that you have, I think is just amazing. You are really a role model. I don't know if you take on that title or not, but I just want you to know you are a role model in such an amazing, positive way because I mean, it's not a story we hear every day of someone having to go through this, making a life-changing decision so quickly, but then having such this strong spirit and strength to power through and continuing to power through and just be your whole self and be like, I dare you to try to say something or come at me. Like I can feel it, but that's so necessary. And I pray that I hope that keeps you going forever. And even if you need moments, because I'm sure, what do you do? So that's a question I guess I have. Like, what do you do for yourself? Because I know you have your kids and then you have to focus on your little one. Like, what does me time look like for you?
Now, that's a hard thing to ask because I don't really know. I don't really do anything for myself besides go shopping and order food. Okay. But I don't know. It's just something that I never really like. It's crazy because last year I had all these ideas of what I was going to start doing differently, what I was going to do to take this time for myself and then this happened. And now it's like, well, what do I do? I can't say I read books because I can't. It's hard turning the pages. I try. A lot of stuff that you normally would do that's for yourself, you gotta have hands and feet for it. Like, so I don't know. I just scroll on TikTok. TikTok do it for me every time.
Okay, I feel you. No, that's real. And I mean, I know you're the joke with the books, but definitely one thing I will say, at least on the book note, is that as a mom, I barely have time. And I think as moms, like it's so important to make sure we find like this little snippet, even if it's like the first 15 minutes of my morning, just something. And even with books, like audiobooks are my best friend because I don't have time to sit down and like try to read anything. So if you really want to get into the books, definitely check out the audiobooks and definitely do, whatever it is, even if it's just taking a moment in the morning, just breathe, put on some chill music, make sure you remember you.
I listen to now music that I guess that's it definitely for sure.
Okay.
Especially Mike Clark Jr.
Mike Clark Jr. Tell me more. I don't think I've heard of him.
What? Let me see. What's the
Everyone
song
knows.
that he? I'm trying to think of what song actually made him popular, but I don't know. He got a song called "Auntie Outside Tonight." He got a song called "Cups in the Air." He got a song with 803 Fresh, the guy that made Boots on the Ground, called "Worry You." So that song right there, starting off with "Worry You" because it's a 803 Fresh say some stuff in there, basically mind your own business and don't worry about mine because I'm straight over here. So that's and then I just ran across a song on TikTok a little bit ago called "Don't Play With Me," and so I always woke up listening to music, like gospel music for sure. So like my kids, that's they go to because that's just what we did at our house to wake up. Like when I woke them up before school, while we getting ready, that's what we'd be listening to. And so music for sure is definitely what I say I go to. And when I'm feeling real down, I listen to Rod Wave.
I love it.
Little Rod Wave.
Right. How were you driving? Do you drive now? How have that changed?
I don't drive now. I did test out trying to see if I could because before I was always able to jump in my car and go, and now it's like I go with other people. So I tried, and I was in the parking lot of a hotel, and I was able to drive. But when you used to driving the way you were before, and you got a prosthetic on the leg you drive with, it's really a mind thing. Like you actually have to push down on the pedal. You can't like flex your foot to push down on the pedal. And so if you don't remember that, you're gonna crash into everything in front of you. So I'm avoiding driving right now.
Okay, I was about to say just right now. You're not avoiding at all, but you're just avoiding right now, right? All right. And real quick, I wanted to piggyback off something that Ebony was saying as far as you being a role model, right? I know that you had said that your family was kind of against you getting your hands and your feet amputated because for you it was either getting them amputated or death, right? And how you said that your daughter was just grateful for you to be here. And even speaking to you now, you could tell that your personality haven't left, right? You still have the personality. So that decision the decision you had to make to say, listen, I would rather live, right? How do you think that has, I don't want to say affected you now, but now that you look back on it, how grateful are you with yourself that you made that decision?
Very 100%. I'm like the decision at the time. It's kind of crazy because my hands, I couldn't move them. So I wasn't able to sign the consent form to get them amputated. And so I had looked around the room. It was like my grandma, my mom, and my auntie in the room at the time. And I looked around and they all was like this. And so I was like, I told the doctors, I'm giving y'all consent to sign the forms on my behalf. And they did it. So,
wow.
I mean, I'm grateful that I did make the decision. Sometimes I sit and wonder, like, if I would have waited, would I still at least have a hand, a foot? But, I mean, I got used to using my nubs for everything. So those hands that I have. Oh, sorry.
I saw you drinking your cup.
Yeah, I hate them. Because I've gotten so used to using my nubs. And so I did tell myself that I'm going to try to start using them more because they will help with other things like buttoning my pants and zipping my pants and helping putting my shoes on. And so I'm going to try to start using them more. But when I first got them, I told them I really didn't want them at all. They kind of forced them upon me.
Let's talk about sickle cell deeper. How often do you get sick that you have to be away from your family?
Now, that's a good question. As an adult, I would say before the crisis I had in July, I did have one in April of last year. And that's because my spleen basically was eating up all the good red blood cells. But before that, it maybe 2022, then before that, like 2016. And so as an adult, I kind of wasn't really having no sickling issues because I changed my diet at an early age when I realized that diet really plays a role into your sicknesses. And so when I changed my diet, I really wasn't having no sickling. Now, as a kid, I love sugar, and so maybe a few times out the year. And so now what I do on my free time is kind of I don't want to say I tell them, but like encourage other sickle cell warriors to change their diet and stay away from the sugar because it can really help in the long run. And so, I mean, I never thought this would have came, but it came.
And there's a community of sickle cell people on TikTok. Do you ever meet any of those other people on TikTok? Do y'all do like, hey, let's do something for the summer or anything?
I haven't really followed or found anybody on TikTok with sickle cell because my algorithm is all down south folks. So not a lot of people on there talking about if they have sickle cell or not. It's just a lot of people doing a lot of line dances. But I am on a few sickle cell groups on Facebook, and we haven't talked about meeting up or anything, but we kind of like just share information with each other, what works and what don't. And so, no, I haven't really met up with nobody around the world. I mean, it might be cool one day, but I don't know. Then we all might start sickling together, and it ain't gonna be good. So, I don't know if that's a good thing. No.
Okay. Hey, y'all can chime in. I have some more questions, but and let Ebony and Tiff go before.
Slightly off topic. Have you ever thought about doing comedy?
Right.
You are so naturally hilarious and just like your energy is so amazing. And I'm hearing all these little jokes and I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
I appreciate that. I haven't thought about doing comedy, but so many people come up and tell me, but I don't think that I don't think I could be on the stage just being funny because a lot of stuff I say is just stupid, you know. It's just, I mean, it comes off hilarious, but it's just stupid. So I never really thought about it. I don't know.
And that's what made people laugh with stupid stuff. So
the fact
Well,
that
think
you
about it a
started
little more.
cycling together or sickling together, I was like, oh my God. I was like, can I laugh right now? Like, is this gonna be offensive?
Oh, anything I say out my mouth, you can laugh at because I ain't gonna take no offense to it.
I can tell that, and it's like, yes,
I be saying some stuff.
No, I love that, and I love that you have a community. So for other people that might want to know, like, what communities are out there on Facebook, are you able to maybe name one of the communities that you're a part of, if they can look it up?
I could try. My brain ain't that good, but I believe one of them it's a couple. So one is called like Sickle Cell Warriors. The other one is called Sickle Cell Celebs. And them the only two I could think of right now. But if you go and you just search it up on your Facebook, they'll have a lot pop up. Some of the groups, the admins got to let you in. Some of them you could just join without anything. And it's crazy because I wasn't in those groups before this happened to me. I probably wasn't even aware that they existed. I'm not even going to lie. Until this happened, and when I posted my videos, a lot, like, okay, as a kid, I thought only me and T-Vaz in the world had sickle cell. I did. So when I posted, my story the first time, a lot of people with sickle cell started adding me. And then once they added me, I started seeing them posting in these groups. And so then I realized there was groups out there that I didn't know about before. So I mean, I think it sucks for me to have went through this to find these groups, but then again, like I said, you said about purpose, you know, it happened at the right time, and it's obviously a reason why I'm in those groups now. So, yeah.
Well, I do want to say I'm getting educated because like I mean I know that someone who doesn't have sickle cell, we wouldn't understand like how your body hurts or how it is on your mental or how it is on your everyday life. I mean I'm looking at you smile and laugh right now, but on the other side of that, what is it that you deal with? And that even goes to show, like, even with the kids that I grew up with in school, I never knew how extensive sickle cell was. I knew your body hurt, but I didn't know that it could get to that level. So, just you sharing it, you are definitely educating me, of course, personally you are. So, yeah.
And
Oh, you could go.
I'm just gonna play a video because it's really education, like you said. I know people who have sickle cell, but I think this is like the worst I personally know. And watching the video, I watched it probably 100 times today, and I like, what was her mental during these stages? I'm gonna play that opening video, and I'm gonna bring everybody down so people who's watching can see clear. And I'm just gonna play all the videos again for the people who just coming on.
Fix it for me. Anybody know that only God can do it? Oh, fix it for me. Anybody know that only God can do it? Oh.
She cannot help herself.
You're doing too much.
Sorry.
I don't even know how to pick that up off the floor.
Because you do everything. Mailbox packing.
Do the stanky leg on my little leg. Do the stanky leg on my little leg. Somebody better get her.
You better stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you like you ain't the goddamn prize. Look at your fine ass. Looking fine as fuck today. And you gonna look fine as fuck tomorrow. Stop playing with these motherfuckers. Apply that motherfucking pressure. Let's go. Let's get it. Period. You better stop letting these motherfuckers sleep on you like you.
Fine before, fine afterwards. Fine before, fine afterwards. Ebony and Tiffany. Let me bring everybody up here. In one of the videos, we seen her working, and somebody said, "How do I do that?" They said, "You do it every day." Like, we don't need to help you. That's what you do. You know what you're doing. Quit playing. Tell us a little bit about that video. Where was you at? Who was those people talking? Talk about that video.
Okay, so in that video, I actually went back to my old job and was volunteering. And so the program that we was packing boxes for was called It's called Mailbox here in Minneapolis Community Cooks Mailboxes. And the person that was recording was my auntie. And so she was one of the people that was in there day in and day out with me. And so, like I said, people know I don't want the help. And so she said what she said. And, I was surprised I was able to pick the box up off the floor because, now it's kind of, they're healed more, but in that video they wasn't. And so I was kind of moving real light and doing things, not trying to hurt myself because it hurted real bad. And so I was just shocked to see that I was able to pick the box up. I was able to get the boxes off the other boxes, but off the floor, I thought it would have been harder. So yeah, and she basically just said that.
And just because your hand's gone, that didn't stop your mind telling your hand, like, move your fingers, something. How tell people how that worked? Because I have a granddaughter who's 75% brain dead, and still, those signals is still there. Talk a little bit about that.
So, it's called, you feel like phantom pain. So, like you said, your brain still thinks that the hands are there. It still thinks that my feet are there. And so, they used to tell me, place your hands in the mirror and put it up on the mirror so the brain can actually see that the hands are gone, that the feet are gone. But I never did it. I just move like they still there because they are, even though we don't see them, they gone. But you do, your brain do signal that something is there and it's not. And so you do feel like actual pain, like people be thinking I'm going crazy because I be saying my toes hurt. But I don't have no toes. And so they be looking like, what do you mean your toes hurt? But it feels like my toes that was there before was having pain. Or like, since, we're talking about sickle cell, my right arm kind of been sickling a lot lately. And so I think it's because the blood is trying to figure out where the rest of the fingers at to go and flow back, and they get stuck. And so I kind of have methods from when I was a kid of like putting it in hot water, wrapping it up in a hot pack and things like that, because I'm not really big on medicine. If I could stay away from medicine, I'm going to do it, try to figure something out. But sometimes it do hurt real painful that I got to eventually go to the medicine as well. So your brain definitely sends those signals off, and it ain't a good feeling.
Yes. Tiff, Ebony,
Definitely, again, with the education of everything, because I mean, one of the women now that I knew growing up, like she definitely had pain crisis, but I never heard of the term that you're saying, the sickling. So is that, just to get an idea, so is that like a spot type of thing where you feel that happening in one spot? Like, what does that feel like?
So the term sickling is basically what I guess your body do while you're in a pain crisis. And so it's kind of hard to explain what it feels like. But if you think of a real tiny like tube with all these circles that go through and flow through it normally, but then you have a few crescent moons in there. And so when they get turned, all of the other circles just get stuck and clogged up in that area, and so it causes pain. So like some of my red blood cells is the normal circular shape, and some of them are shaped like a crescent moon. And when they get turned and stuck, and they just pile up all the other cells, and you start having pain in that area unless you can figure out how to wiggle it out. And sometimes you do gotta take pain medicine. So yeah.
Okay. Definitely a warrior. Even the whole fact of not even going to the medicine, like knowing that's an option, as if I would have never known on the outside looking in that that's an option. So I think that's beautiful that one, you have the community where you can share that with other people and everyone can help each other out. And know you're not alone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Definitely. How have your friends been before and after? Have there been friends like, I'm ashamed of her, I'm not going around her, or any? How have that looked for you?
All my friends that I had before are still my friends now. Like I said, they were down at the hospital with me, and even my sister, I consider her like my friend, and one of my cousins, I consider her my best friend. They be like, "Should we'll come pick you up and put you on our back if we gotta get you outside?" Like it's nothing
We
to them.
outside.
Exactly. If I was to call any of them right now and say, "Let's go somewhere," they gonna come. Like, so they don't really care. My sister do be embarrassed though when I go outside and we go out to eat, and I don't like to use my my little tools I got to put on my wrist to eat my food. I'm gonna eat out however I can, and sometimes I might look like a dog. And so she got mad, was like, I'm gonna order you them things because you're not gonna keep eating and sucking the mushrooms out the bowl when we eat. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna keep struggling with a spoon when I know that I could eat another way. I don't care if I'm at a restaurant. I don't care how they look at me. They could put me out. I don't care.
Yes. Authentically you.
I can see you not. I don't care. But eat like
Right, who
me.
gonna check
Quit playing with me.
And tell them all the time.
I can hear it. And you say you have your little kids. I'm gonna play a video. We're gonna talk about your kids and you. How when you first came home, like this ain't mommy, your older kids saying mommy was hand and feet. The baby, and that's like I have a 2-year-old. I still pick him up. But how was that like holding a bottle, feeding him, man? It's a him or her?
It's a him.
The baby. Okay. How was that mentally? Because as a mother, you done it in the past for your babies.
Honestly, like I said, it was hard, especially because I breastfeed my kids, and so I was breastfeeding before this happened, and so he had to get switched to formula because I was breastfeeding took too much of my energy, I guess, and so going back to I don't know when the last time I ever made a bottle, so having to figure out how to go in there and use my hands, especially when they was hurting, and then when I would hold, like I'll tell my mom them give them to me. Like he didn't like me, he was scared of me, and I wasn't mad at him, but he did make me mad sometimes, and I still try to like feed him and hold it in my with whatever you call that right there, and feed it to him. And when my nub got healed, I hold it up, but now he's old enough to hold his own bottle.
Right. Let's look at you and your babies. Get that video. I'm gonna leave y'all up here.
Take her through there, bust her down just like the watch. Fuck on Tuesday, then get a whole right up spot. This bitch gotta go. She fucking with Buddy them, they ain't even having a lie. No motherfucking motion. She don't know what she doing, this bitch just giving it out. What the hell? Girl that a wham in a circle, even if it look make it jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if it look make it jump like a hurdle. Girl that a wham in a circle, even if it look make it jump like a hurdle. Even that motherfucker small, still throw that shit. Take me through that, take me through that.
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at different cameras. You and I went through some of your videos. Like you are a mother. You do things with your kids on live, make videos. How rewarding has that been for your kids?
Well, my oldest two, like I said, they play with me, so I don't think they really took this serious. Like when I was up, they just got back into play mode. They didn't care. So I would say I don't think I really did a dance with, so that was my youngest daughter in that video and my little sister. But my oldest daughter is the same age as my little sister. But I never think I really did a video with them before. Mm-hmm. And so I really liked that song because that's all I was hearing. I've never seen the TikToks to it or nothing. I just always heard it. So I told them I wanted to do a dance, and they told me I couldn't. And so I got in there and I did what I had to do. But I think my youngest daughter, she really into like dance and doing stuff that I didn't even know she was doing half that stuff until I just watched this video. Even when I posted it, I didn't that she was doing too much. But she likes to do that, and so I like make fun of her and act like I can't dance for worth nothing. So I just like battle her and I lose. But so I feel like now they feel like I'm the mom that they had before, except I don't do two things, which is cook and drive. And I think that's kind of getting on their nerves. Because, like I said, I was able to get up and go whenever I wanted to. I would say it took a lot from us because we, I always tried to do different things with them, expose them to different things. And so, like, having this time out, a lot of the time was like everybody at the hospital with me. And so they wasn't doing anything. And now that I'm out, like, they have events at the school and I haven't been showing up because my oldest daughter was getting in a fight like every week. And she really got in a fight every time somebody said your mama. And, I don't take nothing to it because it's little kids. And at that age, that's what kids do. They're going to say your mama. They don't know what your mama went through. And so I tried to stay away from the school so that it don't add no more trauma onto them. But now they don't care. They be like, get up there. Like, come up to this school. When it was African American Parent Involvement Day, they was mad because I missed it. I came like too late because I never went to an African American Parent Involvement Day that ended in an hour. Like, it lasted all day, so I thought it was something that happened all day. And so they got something tomorrow that I'm gonna make it my business to show up to because they're used to me doing that. I'm used to popping up at my kids' school, sitting in their class with them, different events and all that, and I haven't been able to. And so.
Go ahead, Ebony, Tiffany.
I just want to iterate that you hold so much encouragement and so much inspiration and motivation in so many people. I can't even tell you what my thought process would be. So the strength in you is so much greater than what I have in myself. Okay. And just knowing how young you are and how you still are able to be a mother, to keep your mental on a straight path, to still keep a smile on your face and still be able to lead people out of a dark place. I just want to say hats off to you. I pray that God continues to increase you, continues to lighten up your path and open so many doors that you didn't think was possible. So just keep on with the journey and let God do what he do with you. And I'm keep looking at your story though. So yeah, girl, I'm gonna keep watching out for your story. So you just keep going to the top, all right?
I appreciate it.
Yes, my same sentiments. I was like, all I can say is I'm inspired, I'm encouraged, I am motivated, and I feel like you are literally the embodiment of that for probably everyone that comes across your video, let alone whoever sees you in person. I guess like if there were some words of encouragement you can leave with the people that might be going through sickle cell, because that's a whole nother life within its own, let alone a really heavy, dark time where you got to choose your own voice over everybody else. Like, what are some things you can put out there for people to make those choices or feel comforted?
Now, this the part that I'm not good at, giving words of encouragement.
Okay.
I guess I can say, believe in yourself. Believe in the path that's written for you. So many people like to rewrite their own path when it's one that's already written for us. So I don't know. I'm not really too much. I'm not good with no encouraging words. I don't know.
You are the encouraging word.
I think I'm like this because, my doctor told me, she was like, I see you all joking right now, but what's behind all that? And I had to stop and look at her like, this is me. Like, it's nothing behind it. I'm not putting on a mask to cover up. Like, this is just me. Everything is funny. Like, I crack jokes on myself all day because why not? Like, people be mad when I hand jokes because why is somebody asking me for a receipt for some shoes I bought for my son, and I was like, well, I don't have it. And they found it in a shoebox, and I was like, well, I ain't got no hands, so I'm going. And then they was like, not today. But, I'm being real. Like, and a lot of people can't accept that, especially, most people that you see like this, they do lose hope. I haven't, and I don't think I will. I got 3 little ones that's behind me and need to see me keep going so that they could keep going. So,
yeah.
See, that's encouraging.
Yeah, exactly. See,
See,
let
you
your
know you
light
heard
shine,
it.
girl.
You know you heard it. What you said earlier about your faith, and I think everybody on this platform believe in God and know that He works miracles in our life. Um, Also, let me just say this: Eddie texts me, another person that has sickle cell. I'm gonna play a couple of her videos tonight, but she took ill today, where she couldn't come on tonight. Sickle cell hits at any given time. It don't have a day, time. It in the next 5 minutes it can hit somebody. So before we move forward, I just want to play some videos, and if T know anything about what she was talking about in her video, you can speak on it. Let's just play some videos of her. I'm gonna bring everybody down for a second. And this was gonna be her opening.
All the tears I've cried, the things I've kept bottled up inside, trying my best to be strong, waiting on God and holding on. You don't know what I had to endure, and you wonder why I'm so sure. 'Cause my Father never lets me down. He's around, even when I can't see. Didn't kill you. What should have killed you?
Yeah, my name is Nova, one of the nurse. So I got a question. So they asked since my push, she wasn't able to get blood from me, but I could taste the saline and everything. What do that mean when you can't get blood from your port, but you can still taste the saline? Yeah, no, I had to play my gospel music. He wants it all today. He wants it all today. He wants it all. I'm finna get my pain medicine now, guys. Okay, y'all, just got my pain medicine, so I'm finna lay down and take a nap. Yeah, they would draw my blood and put me on oxygen. They put an IV in to be able to get my blood. It's about an IV in a port. Yeah, but I'm about to take a nap, y'all. I'm tired. Off. Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you. So after 2 more rounds, I'm still up in the bed. I'm getting ready.
Just beat it. That's what we're gonna tell that sickle cell. Just beat it. You seeing some of her videos, some comments from you because you live it.
So I'm gonna just say, you know, it's a few types. So I have sickle cell SC, so that's the milder version of sickle cell SS, and so I'm not sure. I was trying to read her comments, but I mean her captions and stuff she's put in, but I couldn't because I can't see them. So I'm not sure if she has SS, but I see she had a port. I don't have one of those.
Have you ever had one?
Nope.
Okay.
And so having like the milder version. Okay, so what happened to me is what normally happens to people with sickle cell SC, and so you are more prone to acute chest syndrome, and different things like that. And so, I mean, she was doing amazing to be in the hospital, because sometimes when you in the hospital, I mean, she had a nice hospital room too, so maybe that was it. But sometimes the hospitals just be way too draining. And I'm not sure if she was alone while she was there, but I didn't really see anybody in there. But for me, I always try to make sure I have somebody there. Just for the simple fact is, when you have sickle cell, it's a predominantly Black disease. When you go into emergency rooms and you get hospitalized, they treat you like you a drug addict, and so they don't want to do for you what needs to be done. And so I always feel like somebody needs to be there to talk on my behalf in case I can't. And so my mom has always been that person, to be there when I get admitted to a hospital, to stay a night if she has to talk for me if I can't. And so, it's a lot of people in the world that don't have that support system. Like my mom was a teen mom. She had me at 17, and she didn't really know nothing about sickle cell. They told her I was born with it, and she did her own research on what it was, and the doctors that I had at the time did a real good job at educating me as well, because they like, I'm the one growing up with it, I need to know what's going on. And so I don't even know, I need to shut up, because now I don't even know what I was finna say. Told y'all my brain ain't good. What?
I do think
I'm just saying she learned about it, and she's able to advocate for me, and she knows that she is, and so she tried to be there at any time that I go to the emergency room. When I became an adult, they treat you way different as an adult than they do as when you're a kid. So when you're a kid, you're able to go to the back right away. You don't have to wait out in the waiting room. When you're an adult, you'll stay out in the waiting room up to 6 hours. And I'm saying that because I've stayed out there, and I've cussed every nurse and doctor out that walked my way, because you're not finna sit here and you're not finna play with me. And so, it's not a lot of people that you when you in pain, you're not really trying to curse nobody out. You're trying to get the help that you came for. And it's crazy, because in the sickle cell community, that was country still, they have this thing called death over dignity. So like, we'd rather stay at home and figure it out if we have to. And if we don't, oh, well, we're not going to the hospital, because they not going to really do nothing for us unless we're going through this, that, and that. And so, it might be different elsewhere in other states and at other hospitals. But I know here in Minnesota, I done cussed out a few doctors, a few nurses, and I have gotten them in trouble, because why, if my skin was a different color and I had a different type of blood disease, I'll be treated different. And it shouldn't even get to that. We should never even get to, I don't know how y'all health books look, but I know when I was in health class, it was a little page on sickle cell, and then it was pages of everything else. And it's still like that in the medical field. When you go into school, the pages on sickle cell are so little. And they try to say that it's not much research done, or it's very rare, it's this, it's that. But as I'm been in these pages and seeing how many more people it is that actually have it, like, there should be something that's done for us. We shouldn't be sitting out waiting in the waiting room at the emergency room for hours and hours and hours at a time. So, I mean, she looked like she was up. So I don't know if those videos she made towards the end of her stays or in the beginning, because when you really going through pain, it's kind of hard. It's very hard, especially if you don't have people coming to see you, checking up on you, or anything like that. It can really take a mental toll on you, especially at a hospital.
Yeah. Definitely more giving us education, because even the time frame of how long like the sickling can happen, isn't that various? Doesn't that vary from person to person?
Yep. So it could be different times. People feel it in their arms and their legs. Some people feel it in their backs. some people feel, like my right eye been sickling since I was probably a kid. But when I was in the induced coma, it got worse. And so I don't know if I uploaded one of those pictures where my eye was like budging out. But I went to the retina doctor today, and he basically told me it ain't nothing we could do with it now because it's basically how it is. What you see is what you're gonna see. We could try to prevent it from getting worse if we see it start getting worse. But right now we just need to keep an eye on your left eye because that's the one that's mainly good right now. And so people sickle in their eyes, it's just different for everybody. And acute chest syndrome is real big in the community. And I used to have chest problems all the time, but I get up and they'll go away. And this time I tried to do it and tried to go back to sleep, and it woke me up again. And so the second time it woke me up, I was like, I need to go. And I always call my mom to go with me because hey, she coming. And so she didn't make it out of the house fast enough, or at least it wasn't fast enough to me. I had already called the ambulance and was like on the curb, waiting for them to come get me. And even then, they seen that I was in this type of pain, and they still, I didn't like the people in the ambulance that came and got me, the paramedics, because they were still, tripping. But yeah, so it's a lot, and then different climates, different weather, different things like that, it can change. So I live in Minnesota, it's cold, there's snow outside, Other people live in more hotter climates where it might be better on their body, but then you might get so hot you start getting a headache. And so it's just, I don't know, I don't think there's no middle ground when it comes to sickle cell. It's no one way a person with sickle cell will look. I got told in 7th grade that I didn't have sickle cell by my science teacher. And I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And he ended up saying well, you don't look like what a sickle cell person should look like. And I had to go to the nurse and get the nurse to give me a paper to give to this teacher to let him know that I have sickle cell. And that's the biggest myth. I'm real little now, but I wasn't always little. I was kind of bigger than what they say a sickle cell person looks like. And so that's a huge myth. There's no one way that you could just walk and say, oh, they got sickle cell. You can't. It's people that's bigger than me that have it. So getting rid of the myths, I think, first, and starting to educate our communities more, because I believe it's a lack in education when it comes to sickle cell and when it comes to our community specifically. When we able to get rid of the myths and just educate more, then I think as a whole we'll be better off.
And didn't you say that there were different types of sickle cell? Is that what I heard?
Yes. So it's SS, that's the top dog, where you might sickle more, a lot of more stuff happening. From the scars and stuff I seen on her leg, I believe she might, because they stick you a lot to get wherever they got to get some blood from, wherever they got to stick you. Then there's SC, then it's some type of hemoglobin beta something, then it's thalassemia. So it's a few other names that fall under the category. So yeah, it's a lot.
Wow. And how was it? I heard you saying when it first started, you had to learn everything about it. Your mother had to become knowledge of things you couldn't do, research thing, and thinking about my granddaughter right now, where we had to learn about the brain. And my daughter, a master social worker, she went from that to she can tell the doctors their jobs now. And I remember learning stuff about the brain. How intense was that on your family, your mom, to have to put having a normal daughter to I have to be here for my baby now?
I think she froze.
If if you hear us, T, go out and come back in. You froze.
Oh, there she go.
Where she go? She moving now. She moving out. She said, hold on. But Ebony, do you have any friends with sickle cell, or is this your first time really getting introduced to it?
So, I mean, when I was younger, my mom's best friend, she has a daughter, and we would see them sometime here and there, but like we just know that she does have sickle cell, so I would just kind of hear through the grapevine of them talking. She was having a pain crisis, and she would have to go to the doctor. And it was this big major thing, but still not necessarily really knowing how big of an impact sickle cell can have on someone. And she still goes through it here and there, and now she's an adult and she has kids, so it's been this beautiful transition of like knowing kind of on the outside looking in, like somebody could be going through this major life happening all the time whenever that they don't really have control over, but still finding a way to power through. Her completing all these great accolades that she's doing as herself and as a mom, just from seeing that on the outside, but like listening to T now, like I appreciate the courage and strength that people have that even have to deal with sickle cell, let alone dealing with amputations. So I think it's just a very powerful thing that anyone, if they have to go through, and I think it encourages me now to be more aware and get more education, because I feel like I definitely didn't have as much. And maybe that's just, an egotistical thing because I'm not living with it. But it's just a reminder of like an awareness of everybody around you. You never know what people are going through. And sometimes the exposure is key, which is a big thing for me. Exposure is key and education is key. So now taking away from this, just having more exposure to this to learn more and then teach my child more as well.
Definitely. And that's what's something with my daughter with her kids having a handicapped sister, their siblings now in a wheelchair with a breathing machine. And as she say, kids gonna say whatever, right? Look at you strange. And we had to teach my grandkids, like, people gonna look, laugh, but you know who your sister is. You educate them, and don't never I want to beat you up because she said something. Educate, because kids don't know. So I felt her when she said that about she would try and stay away so kids wouldn't say something negative, but she like, I'm gonna be there tomorrow for my baby. That's right. That's right. I see Tiffany. I don't know. Tiffany froze her video.
No, I'm here.
You here? Okay. Okay. We got to back to let me bring her up. Your video went dark. I don't know if you know, Tiff. I didn't
Did
want to tell you.
Yeah, it's been black for a little bit.
That's why we have. I'm wait till she come back on. Pick with her.
I've been here.
Am I
Okay,
back
go
on?
out, come out, because no,
Yes.
we can't see you. You back on, T. We were just waiting for you to come back up. And Tiff, go out and come back up because I want you part of this comment.
Okay.
Do. While she doing that, I'm gonna play just a song here until she come back real fast. And then we be right back, y'all.
One of the most difficult things to do is find yourself in a storm. While in that storm, it seems like everyone who you thought you could count on has walked away. Sometimes it seems like even God himself has forgotten about you. But in spite of that, to still be able to lift your hands and say, Lord, I trust you.
I can see and I can't feel your touch. I will trust you, Lord. How I love you so much. Though my nights may seem long and I feel so alone,
sing.
I surrender to you. So many painful thoughts travel through my mind, and I wonder how I will make it through this time.
Yeah.
Without trust,
It's not easy.
Lord, it's not easy. Sometimes the pain in my life
Makes you seem so far away.
far away. Without trust, I need to know your
We are back. We are back. We got Ebony Picture back in the house. Ebony somewhere. There she go. I would trust you. I trust you, Lord, through the good, through the bad, through the no arms, the legs. I would trust you. And I think Ebony and Tiffany said this earlier, like your energy is something. Let me tell y'all what she told me. She said, "Are you gonna be making some money?" I said, what? What? She said, "Now you go rich. You gotta break me off." So y'all cash at me so we break her off. Okay, y'all. See, I told you. See, but her energy from day one been everything. She come on with the energy like, I don't care what people say. I don't care. I am who I am. And we appreciate you coming on, T, to tell your story. Have you been on different platforms telling your story?
Not at the. I am doing a like little documentary with our over here in Minnesota, and I'm also doing a like video documentary as well with somebody that I've done videos with in the past, and so haven't really been on those platforms than those two things because I don't want to about too much information that's going to be on there when I want them to read the newspaper and watch the video. So I haven't been nowhere really. I've been just throwing stuff on Facebook to show people like this is this, but not trying to give them too much.
Okay. Well, guess what? You did a good job tonight. Thank you for allowing us to tell your story with you, being part of your story, because we just want to make it aware. Like I learned something, Ebony learned something, Tiffany learned something, and when you make those little clips and movies, make sure you tag us because we definitely following you. My phone line is always open. You have us on chat. Hit me up, call, never too late, early. What I want to ask you the most with everybody on here is, let me get this down.
What's your social media again while he's getting that pulled up?
So my Facebook is Taija Powell, Taijah, last name Powell. I think Instagram and TikTok is the biggest Tay or Big Boss Taija. Honestly, I don't know. I made them so long ago, and I barely I get on TikTok just to watch other people. I don't really get on Instagram because I don't know how to do it. When I was watching those videos of the other girl, I was like, dang, she sure know what she doing with making the videos. I had somebody come over here this past weekend, to show me how to edit videos because I don't know how. That's just, I don't know. I would like to say I'm old because I'm not really, don't really care about social media.
You're not old at all.
So like I don't really care about that stuff, and so like, when this happened to me, you asked earlier like my purpose, and I feel like this is it, and using what everybody use today, which is social media, to tell my story and encourage others to also tell their stories, because sometimes you like get in this shell and you don't want nobody to know, because as a kid in my head, this is what I used to think. I got sickle cell disease, because that's what it's called. It's sickle cell disease. And when you think of disease, you think stuff you can get contagiously. And so I didn't want to tell people that I had it and have them thinking that they can get it from being around me or if I touch them or anything like that. So for a while, I as a kid, I didn't let people know. And so, and even as a kid, when I did, like some of my family members, they still don't understand. When I tell them I got sickle cell, they just be like, "You got that sickle cells? That sickle cells acting up," because they don't understand like the concept, So they just it don't make sense, because you don't really learn about it. It's hard to know about it. Like I know before I went off, you was asking like my mom. Like I said, she was a teen mom. She didn't want her baby is sick and nothing happened to her baby, and all this extra stuff on top of being a teen mom. And so she took it upon herself to learn everything she needed to. We never really had junk food in our house. She wasn't big on that unless it was 100% juice, because that's all we had. She even made us go vegetarian. The whole house just went vegetarian when I was a kid. So the diet and stuff has always been her. Like she pushed it. She didn't really push it on me. She always been that parent, like, go ahead, I'm gonna tell you this, but you could go ahead and bump your head and find out. And so that's pretty much how she raised me.
We got, I believe that's your dad, correct, Ebony?
Yeah.
I have his comment up. Ebony dad is been watching, supporting her. He said Ebony cousin Josh son have sickle cell.
Yeah.
He's
The baby is
a baby boy.
Yeah, he's only 1 year old. So when I just found out about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did y'all like?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did y'all just find out like as the baby been turning 1, or did they know it birth?
No, I believe him and the mom, they've known since birth. Us as like the cousins, we've just kind of found out about the baby and all the sickle cell and things like that. So I know they've been navigating that. So that's why I'm like, this is definitely more of because even to think of having a 1-year-old going through pain crisis who can't speak, like, and you just kind of, and I don't think either of the parents have sickle cell. So just to think of like that learning like right off the bat and trying to figure out how to work through that, let alone working with a baby who can't tell you what's wrong. So it's a lot, and I give more than enough power and encouragement. I'm gonna text him tonight, like, "Hey, I just had a whole conversation. Like, just let you know I am here," because I couldn't even imagine. Like, as a person going through it is one thing, but as a parent going through it with a baby, that's probably a whole nother mind thing. So yeah, definitely encouraged to reach out even more.
Yeah. So I think Keisha was reading my notes because I wanted to know, was there any time that you hid your sickle cell from friends, family, or the public? And you answer that. So I ain't gonna make you re-answer it. But how about this one here? Have you ever, people who's watching right now, right, going through sickle cell, who's afraid to speak about it, what would be your words to them?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Sure. People who watching, who's going through who living with sickle cell, who is afraid to speak about it, what would your words be to them?
You tell them, because they're not gonna understand. People with sickle cell, sometimes we might have to stay back. You mentioned the girl couldn't join today because so friends, I don't know, they weird to me. Some friends, not mine, but friends be weird when you pull out of, if y'all plan something and you have to pull out of it and you don't give them no reason, and maybe it's because you might be sickling, and just let them know. I believe the more education, like I said, my whole thing has been always education, education, education. The more education that someone has, the more that they will be more open to what you're going through or being there to help you with whatever you need, you know. So you just have to tell them. And I've been talking to this lady on Facebook because her daughter has sickle cell, and so she kind of reached out and asked if I could be like a mentor. And so, you know, of course, and I just kind of told her because I know at that age, keeping this inside, missing days from school, having to catch up on schoolwork and all that. If other people don't know, it's no way that they can help.
Mm-hmm.
And not be afraid of it, and to live with, you know, this sickness and make it the best of your ability, because everybody's not the same.
Give me those. I know you said your sister, your friend. Name those people who've been right there. You named earlier.
Tell their names.
Not name. Who was they? Like your sister.
So my sister, I have an older sister on my dad's side. So her, my two best friends. One of them happened to be my first, not my first cousin, my favorite cousin. So she kind of grew up with me while having me.
Your phone saying ring tonight. Hold on. That's your friend? I thought I was. Your phone saying ring tonight.
Oh no, they already know. I don't have. My auntie, my mom, my grandma, and my first cousin. See, that's why I was getting mixed up. And my first cousin as well. So those main people.
We got something for them. We gonna give them some clapping hands. We gonna give them some clapping hands out here. And this for mom. Hold on, mom gets a double. She gets a double. And do. So final thoughts. Tiffany, Ebony, what's your final thoughts? We can't hear Tiffany. No, I can't hear you. I can read your lips a little bit. Okay, go out.
Okay.
Okay.
But no, I mean, just I think kind of we touched on it earlier that Tiffany and I, like, you are encouraging. You are very much a superhero in your own right. You're definitely out here teaching people what we need, the exposure we need. I would challenge you maybe one day, because I know you sound like me. Like, I'm very much a hands-on parent. Like, I want to be there. I want to sit in the classroom. I want to see what you're doing. They go see my face. So I would challenge you maybe one day, whenever that comfort comes, to, like, you know, pop into school, like, hey, let's have a day of education where I can come up here and teach the children, because like you said, the education isn't out there. So all it takes is one of us to start this trend and then expose everyone else. And then it's like, oh, okay, if we normalize something, educate it, then we can, you know, help each other even further. So, but I'm proud of you. I am inspired by you. And I pray and hope that, like, all the great things keep going well for you. Your community keeps helping you build further and further. You take the time one day to find a little bit more time for yourself in between all the strong you're doing, all the strong things in mommyhood and life that you're doing. And I just wish you the best.
Thank you. And I truly appreciate it. And, you know, that's a great point you said, because I was thinking about going to my daughter in her class, but then half the school is online now. And so her main teacher ain't the teacher right now. And so now it'd be weird. It's kind of a lot of going on here in Minnesota. So it's kind of
hard. Yes. Okay.
But that is definitely something I have thought about, because they do need to know. And at that age, they really need to know.
Right. You're going to become a super role mama. Everybody going to be, I remember her, yeah. Tiff, we believe we got your sound back up.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. No, I was just saying that, you know, you've educated me so much in this little bit of time, as far as the sickle cell goes. And also, I know the title of this show is called Life and Purpose. And I know sometimes we go through pain, but a lot of times pain pushes us into our purpose. So not only are you becoming, I'm going to speak that to an existence, becoming a mentor or a speaker for sickle cell, but also those who have had to have limbs amputated off. So that's just something. I believe that you are going to be a double blessing to so many people, and I think that you are going to encourage a lot of people and strengthen a lot of people's faith and bring a lot of people out of a dark place, just with your personality, your laugh, you being able to smile through whatever it is, where some of us may have given up. You have done nothing but press on. So I thank you for showing us that no matter what we go through, we can still reach the top. And we can still smile and laugh through everything. So as Ebony said, I pray that your story and your journey increases. I pray that you reach the masses. And I just thank you for being you and sharing your story with us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you as well. I do appreciate it. But y'all think Jay-Z gonna call me?
He better.
Right. I'm gonna say
He better call.
That's my husband,
Well, tell her to call.
Claim it. What they say? Claim it on the mountaintop. This is Black History. We on the mountaintop tonight.
For real.
Right. Before I give my final thoughts, I got to play one commercial of a person that support this platform, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts, and then we're gonna talk after we end our live. 1 second.
Hi, this is the Williams, Mr. and Mrs. Williams from Stevenson's Academy of Hair Design. We are located in New Orleans, Louisiana. We are here to talk about Stop the Violence. Mr. Williams?
And we're asking you all to consider, and this is dear to our heart, consider burying the guns rather than burying one another. We all are human beings. We all have our own opinions about things. But I found that we can sit down and talk with people even though we have different opinions. And just like we want to have the respect of having our own opinion, then we should respect other people's opinion. But the important thing is we don't need to destroy one another.
And y'all know we support gun violence, bring violence to an end. So many youths getting killed, and that's some good friends down in New Orleans. I'm gonna get to see them next month. I'm excited. Make sure I got there. Who I don't have up here? My Ebony. There she goes. My final thoughts to you, T. Man, your energy, like unbelievable. Because I watch people online who's sick every day, who go through sickle cell, and their energy nowhere close to yours. And look at hands and feet, and you like, man, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I can't wait. Make sure you take some videos tomorrow and post them. I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's her at that school. I know her. And then you down in oh, see, look, see how she did. Did y'all see what she just did to me? Look, well, you tell somebody behind you and take that picture. Did y'all see what she just did? Talk about that energy. I love it. I'm so happy that you can laugh through your trial and that you been a mother to your kids. It's great. Don't stop doing what you do. There's gonna be hard days coming. There's gonna be days you're gonna cry. But let those memories keep you moving. Keep moving to the top. Don't fall and say, I can't. Bob Goff, he's the president in Uganda, and he told me, he said, 2 things I don't want you to do. Say you can't, and when you write a letter, do not use the word and. A-N-D. So it's crazy because I was like, I can't do that. And then I'm like, man, I just used the word and. It's crazy, y'all. Try it. You're gonna be like, that man, for real. But keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna talk real fast, but before we go, and I didn't even tell her I was gonna do this, but I'm gonna ask Tiffany to end us in a prayer. And after her prayer, you're gonna see like a little video come on, and then hey, you guys share the video. It's gonna be on YouTube, Facebook forever. So when your kids get grown, they're gonna be like, I seen my mom, there she go. But Tiffany, can you just do a short prayer? And
Sure.
let's remember Itty Bitty, who's in the hospital right now as well.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna just take me down.
Oh, okay, we're ready. All right. Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you so much right now. Thank you for this space. Thank you allowing T the space and the opportunity to share her story with us at this moment. Heavenly Father, we just ask that you continue to cover her and continue to favor her. Heavenly Father, we ask that you increase her journey, Lord. We ask that you use her in the places that she needs to be used. We ask that you use her pain to be her purpose. And right now, we also want to keep Itty Bitty in our prayers as well, so that you may guide her and ease her pain while she goes through what she's going through in the hospital right now. And Heavenly Father, all of those of us who were on this platform right now, Lord, we just ask that you cover us, protect our families, Lord, protect our finances, protect us as we go day to day throughout our lives and on this path. And Heavenly Father, as we walk with you, we just ask that you order our steps right now, ease our mind, and keep our eyes fixed on you. And in your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And again, thank you everybody who tuned in tonight. We see you in 2 weeks.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Let me go out.
Who can't hear me? Who can't hear me? Who can't hear me? Who said they can't hear me? Well, let Tiffany says she can't hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany got upgrade to iPhone. What y'all think? Yeah.
Don't let my mom hear you say that.
Oh.
I know. Don't let my son hear me either. Let me be kind of quiet. I'm gonna wait for her to pop up. I guess I'll play one more song while we waiting for her to pop up.
There's freedom tonight. We have already invited His Spirit. So Lord, we ask that you would move in this place today. Move in this place today. This is my one desire, that you would have your way. Touch me, Lord, and I won't be the same. Move in this place today. You want to sing it with me? Sing, move in this place today. This is my one desire, that you would have your way. Touch me, Lord, and I won't be the same. Move in this place today. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, the captives are set free.
It is said that guns don't kill people. Well, tell that to the parents, children, siblings, or even a best friend who has suffered the pain of losing a loved one to the senseless act of gun violence. In this country every year, there are thousands of young people that die from gun violence. And that does not include those that are injured or may be disabled for life. It has to stop. Bury guns, not our daughters and sons.